Distinguished participants, rectors, professors, parents, friends, but first and foremost, students. It's very nice to start this ceremony after this inspiring music. Dear students, whether you have successfully defended your master thesis yesterday in our monastery of San Nicolo, or the others, whether you have passed a highly competitive selection procedure and started the first courses of the European Master in Human Rights and Democratization, called EMA, be aware that you are not only EMA students or graduates, you are also members of an amazing network of some 100 universities in all world regions called the Global Campus of Human Rights. I'm very happy to announce that after several years of gradual transition process initiated by the European Union in 2012, the European Inter-University Center for Human Rights and Democratization, EUC, which had been jointly established by 15 European universities in 2002, was last February formally transformed into the Global Campus of Human Rights. I'm very grateful to all my colleagues and rectors of the 41 European universities participating in the EMA program for your understanding that globalization demands that we shift our focus from Europe to the world at large. I'm equally grateful to my colleagues in the coordinating universities of the other 6 master programs of the Global Campus, based in Buenos Aires, Pretoria, Bangkok, Beirut, Sarajevo, and Yerevan, and who are among us today, to have accepted Venice as the headquarters of our joint Global Campus. For all students who are graduating today, this means that you are joining a fascinating network of more than 3,500 Global Campus alumni and benefit from the services of our Global Campus Alumni Association. We are very proud of our alumni, who are working as human rights defenders and ambassadors of the Global Campus in nearly all countries of the world, often under very difficult circumstances, to strengthen human rights, democracy, and the rule of law, and to make the world a better place. Dear graduates, whatever you will do in your professional life, you will always meet other alumni of the Global Campus who will share their experiences with you, assist you in finding a job, a place to live, or in any other way. You will see it's a good feeling to be part of the largest network of human rights alumni worldwide. I wish you much success in your future life, and don't forget that you can always count on the Global Campus. The EMA program was for many years chaired by Ria Wolleswinkel, sitting here, our colleague from Maastricht University, whom I wish to thank most warmly for all your time, dedication, enthusiasm, and positive spirit in which you steered our European flagship program, even in times of troubled waters. At the same time, I wish to congratulate Therese Murphy, our colleague from Queen's University in Belfast, for your election as EMA chair for the years to come. In my opinion, it is a beautiful and highly symbolic decision by the 41 EU-based universities represented in the EMA Council to elect a distinguished professor from a university in Northern Ireland to chair this prestigious European Master at a time when British politics struggle to find a way out of the Brexit chaos created by anti-European hysteria based on fake news spread by irresponsible politicians and mass media. Dear inaugurating students, although you will complain, as all your predecessors did, about the heavy workload of the first semester, and in fact, some of you already complained to me during the last days. I have no doubt that you will have much fun during the first semester of your studies at the Lido. You will be required by George, Wipke, and others to work hard, but don't forget to also sit at the beach and enjoy the legendary Venice Spritz in one of the many beautiful cafes at the Lido, and of course in Venice. You will primarily be taught by professors of various European universities who are jointly responsible for the EMA program. However, already during your second week, you also had the possibility to be taught by some of our distinguished global campus partners from other regions, such as Veronica Gomez, Mike Hayes, and Franz Willion. There are also other possibilities how you can benefit from being part of the global campus. For example, we will organize in April 2020 a global classroom in Beirut, where 4 students and 2 professors from each of the 7 master programs will jointly discuss regional approaches related to the United Nations Global Study on Children Deprived of Liberty. And I should say I'm very grateful to many students, professors and researchers of the global campus who assisted me in drafting the global study, and I look forward to your input into the dissemination and follow-up of this joint United Nations endeavor during the coming year. I wish the students of the EMA academic year 2019-20 an exciting start into the fascinating world of human rights at the Lido and globally. The second major recent development, which I'm happy to report, is our long-term partnership agreement with the Right Livelihood Foundation, and I warmly welcome Ursula Schulz-Dornburg and Ole von Oexküll among our participants today. You might have heard that the 2019 Right Livelihood Award, which is usually better known as the Alternative Nobel Prize, will be soon presented to 4 distinguished individuals, including Greta Thunberg. Under this partnership agreement, we will lend more visibility to Right Livelihood laureates, many of whom are well-known human rights defenders. During today's ceremony, we have for the first time the pleasure and honor to welcome a Right Livelihood laureate, namely Nimo Bassey, sitting here, director of the ecological think tank Health of Mother Earth Foundation in Nigeria, and former chair of Friends of the Earth International. In 2010, Nimo Bassey was awarded this prestigious prize for revealing the full ecological and human horrors of oil production in the Niger Delta and beyond. We very much look forward to your keynote address. Under our partnership agreement with the Right Livelihood Foundation, we are establishing a special focus on children's rights by mainstreaming children's rights in our 7 master programs and our manifold other activities. At a time when politicians in all world regions are attacking the basic values of human rights, democracy, and the rule of law, and above all are not living up to their responsibilities to ensure the survival of our planet by taking drastic measures to minimize the effects of climate change on future generations. It is high time to put the rights of children and future generations in the center of our joint human rights activities. Under the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which will celebrate its 30th anniversary in a few weeks, children have a fundamental right to express their views freely in all matters directly affecting them, and states have an obligation to give due weight to these voices of children who prove very often to be experts in their own rights. Speaking out freely and highly critically on the failure of the current global economic and political elites is exactly what Greta Thunberg and all those who follow her initiative in the Friday for Future strikes and demonstrations are doing. And it is our responsibility to support them and to empower children to fully enjoy the exercise of their rights to active participation. On Monday, tomorrow, we will have our first kick-off meeting in order to develop innovative initiatives and activities to strengthen children's rights, including climate-related public interest litigation. And in this respect, I look forward to our intensified cooperation with the European Center for Constitutional and Human Rights in Berlin under the distinguished lead of Wolfgang Kalek, who is with us today as well. The new partnership with the Right Livelihood Foundation supplements in a congenial manner our long-term cooperation with the European Union, our main partner and donor, who will also in the next years to come put a high priority on climate change and environmental issues. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to all our long-term partners and supporters in the European Commission, in particular DEFCO, the European Parliament, the Council, and the External Action Service for their continuing support, even in times of political and financial crisis. I am very happy and honored that the EU Special Representative for Human Rights, Eamon Gilmore, found time to come to Venice for this special occasion and will provide us with a keynote address. Thank you very much for coming today. Eamon is accompanied by Patrizia Bocchi, who has been a friend of the Global Campus more or less from the very beginning. And I also wish to express my gratitude for all your support throughout these years. I further welcome Jonathan van Meerbeek, our new project manager at DEFCO, who is also with us today. Finally, I'm particularly grateful that Michael O'Flaherty, a long-term colleague of us in the European Master Programme, will speak as director of the EU Fundamental Rights Agency, the most important human rights or fundamental rights institution of the European Union. Michael and Lotte Leicht, sitting next to him, the director of the Brussels office of Human Rights Watch and a long-term friend of the Global Campus, are also members of our advisory council, and I should add we had very fascinating and innovative discussions this morning with both of you. One of our colleagues who represented the University of Luxembourg for many years in our network, Jean-Paul Lehners, is representing the Council of Europe today as current chair of the European Commission Against Racism. We are indebted to the city of Venice for having made available the beautiful historic monastery of San Niccolò as the headquarters of the Global Campus and the European Master Programme, free of charge for so many years, and we hope also for many years to come. In this context, I warmly welcome Paolo Ramor, Councillor for Educational Policies of the Municipality of Venice. In the same spirit, I wish to thank Maria Laura Picchio Forlatti for once more making the unique historical Scuola Grande del Rocco with its magnificent Tintoretto paintings available for our ceremony. Finally, I wish to say words of thanks to Julian Pfeiffer, Director of Musicians for Human Rights, for once more providing us with a remarkable ensemble of world music. I wish all of you, and particularly our inaugurating and graduating students, together with your families and friends, to enjoy this unforgettable event and evening. Thank you very much.